Uncle Kolya!
It's as if the ground swallowed him.
I can't drive. Fine. I've warned you.
What's the hold-up? We drove around together, now we push together.
I'll take the wheel, like you said. You guys are so athletic.
Call me a weakling now. I dare you.
I'm this close to getting a hernia!
Now I know what it's like to pull a rickshaw.
I can't keep this up.
Me neither.
Going steady.
Push on. Let's make this a Guinness record.
From writing thesis drafts to being a draft horse.
Let's stop and rest, maybe.
I need a break.
Oh dear, so exhausted.
Looks like we're managing it.
I'm starting to like this. What is this, a gulag?
At least it's not a train.
See a light at the end of the tunnel, though?
You're all right. We're almost there.
It's eerily quiet.
Hi, have you seen Uncle Kolya by any chance?
He's at the police station.
We should have gone with Genghis right away.
We were watching football, had a petty argument, and then he goes, "Do I know you?" Wouldn't calm down till the police brought him in. Tried to pin the car theft on me too.
Uncle Kolya's temper being what it is, it's no great surprise he got riled up at the police station.
You should go to the precinct and see for yourselves.
There you are. Misha, you need to see this.
Why are you here? This isn't a zoo, and if it is, pay for your tickets. I'm not your uncle.
Your Pobieda's engine died on the way. We just put the car back in the garage.
What's that got to do with you? Why are you protecting that jerk? I don't even know you. Leave me alone.
Let's go. Anzina's been looking for you.
That stupid woman who came to see me? I'd rather sit here a while longer. But you, beautiful, I'd take you out for a stroll.
Well, what did I tell you?
They're both fond of booze.
It's clear, isn't it? The Yanks deployed a psionic weapon. Don't be so paranoid, man.
Let's go for a walk and discuss it, maybe. It's such a warm night. Feels like summer.
I've got more business to sort out here.
We're going to Mom's place. It's her 60th birthday and we've abandoned her.
Don't lose track of time. If it gets too late at night, I won't let you in.
How about the school?
It still doesn't add up. Two people with the same symptoms. Back in the day, I used to complain about having to go back to school. Not anymore. Uncle Kolya would often quote this proverb. He'd say, "Don't think prison or poverty can never happen to you." His fear of getting locked up, it sort of made him sycophantic towards his superiors. It was kind of disgusting to witness, to be honest. That being said, he never minced his words with others. As for money, well, you can only make so much working at a train station. I don't suppose Uncle Kolya has a chest full of gold hidden off somewhere that you can get to. Ingis was quite the troublemaker in our school days. He even had a juvie record behind him. His parents and teachers had pretty much given up on getting him to see any sense, They just kept saying he'd be the death of them. And when we were studying the Reformation in world history, Genghis wrote on the wall of the police cell, "Here I sit, I can do no other." That was prophetic. He was, to return there in a different role, let's say. 2 eventful days, and my head is no longer swarming with nonsense. Perhaps it really is time to make a change.
Let's go to the roof.
We're alone. I need to confess, I can't keep silent about it anymore.
My tongue's about to fall off. Never thought I could chat for a whole night. You're right. It's time to head down. No, really. You've got the morning train passengers to let through. You should get some sleep. I'll be off in the evening. We've got another day to spend together. Should we go right now, or sit here for some more? I'm all ears. I know how you feel about me. When people hesitate like that, it's obvious. I feel cozy next to you, too.
Dear passengers, the train now approaching platform 1 is the 423 service from Kazan. Please stand clear from the edge of the platform.
Heavily. What are you doing here? Did you get kicked out of the house or something?
Dear passengers, entry permit checks are in
Classmates
operation
can't be
at this
bedmates,
station.
huh?
Please have your entry permit
Fine,
and a ticket ready
whatever.
for
Get
inspection
up.
at
Train's
checkpoint
going
office
again.
1. Dear passengers of the 423 service from Kazan, your train has arrived on platform 1. Numbering of the cars starts at the front of the train. Thank you for your attention. Dear passengers, the 423 service to Kazan will now depart from platform 1. Please stand clear of the platform edge.
Your parents are in Kazan, right, Misha? Has it been long since you checked on them? Kazan's giving off a bad vibe. Helicopters and cops everywhere. Army vehicles, too. We decided not to wait for the news. Took off home in a hurry. A backwater place like this feels safer. Not far from a military post, too. Tried to get my old folks to come along, but they wouldn't abandon the house.
Dear passengers, the train now approaching platform 1 is the 423 service from Kazan. Please stand clear from the edge of the platform.
We have to hurry, Misha. Mum's lost her memory. God damn it, Misha,
Dear
which
passengers
part
of the
isn't clear?
423 service from Kazan. Your train has arrived on platform 1.
I came in for
Numbering
breakfast,
of the cars
and she
starts
said to
at the front
Chioma,
of the train.
you could have
Thank
at
you
least
for your
introduced
attention.
your friend. Ah, it's so damn obvious. Somehow we didn't think of that. He got insistent with Mum too. She won't listen to him. We need an outsider to do it.
Dear passengers,
Don't even
entry
look in
permit
that
checks
direction.
are in operation
Maybe we should
at
get
this
out and leave.
station. Please have... Your
House
entry
is a
permit
shorter
and a
walk.
ticket ready for inspection at Checkpoint Office 1.
God, the world's slowest elevator. I'll wait here. Mom can't stand the sight of me now.
This doesn't seem like Aunt Gaia. Her door is always ajar.
Who's there? I have not lost my memory. Are you alone? Keep her safe. It's dangerous to walk around at night, even in this backwater town. There's a deranged man in town. Came here in the morning and insisted he was my son. And Tioma backed him up. Why aren't the police doing anything? From now on, I'm locking my door. Is that some practical joke? How do you know him? Tioma does too. Does Asya? What kind of a name is Almaz? Well, if you insist, you're like little kids. Just have to play your games. Then again, it's my birthday, isn't it? It's got to be memorable. Am I right? Don't waste your time, Misha, dear. You're not going to find any Almaz here.
Oh, but I will. That toy train set was a present to him from Uncle Bahir.
He bought that wretched train set for Tioma as a New Year present. Back then, you dreamt of faraway lands. You almost took residence in our house, playing with it for days on end.
Yeah, that happened. But who do you think this little crying guy is?
What? You don't recognize yourself? Or how you lost your mind? You monopolized that train set. For all that Tioma had been taught to share, In the end, he had enough and took it back.
Shoma and I are the same age here. Well, look, the other boy in the picture is clearly younger.
You know, you're right. Who is that then?
Take a hint. It's Almaz.
I know. A friend of mine had come over and brought her kid along. Exactly.
Stop making things up, Aunt Galia.
Don't raise your voice at your elders. That's enough joking.
What's funny about this? Imagine how Almaz is feeling right now.
Imagine how I'm feeling right now. People are telling me I've gone insane.
We want to help.
I'm perfectly fine.
Ah, check your passport. There must be a mention of Almaz in it.
So you too had a hand in tampering with my passport, you good-for-nothing.
Look inside the photo album we gave you yesterday. Almaz is all over it.
The photographs are doctored. I've read how that can be done. Out of arguments, are you?
Almaz puts his hopes in me. I must do everything I can. Aunt Galia is on edge. Enough for now, maybe. Almaz and I can think of more strategies later. All right, I give up. You saw right through us.
I must confess, I was almost convinced. You were really thorough about the whole business. No idea what the point was, however.
I gave up too early with Aunt Gaia. I should have been pushier.
How did it go? I'm not just gonna give up. I'll wait for her on the bench here. She'll leave the house at some point.
Now I can go and pick up Asya. I'm on my way. I wonder how Asya... Now I can go and pick up Asya. I'm on my way, Asya. I'm back. What's our plan? What, Asya? You're still asleep? Get up, sleepyhead. She didn't wait after all. Must have run off to the station to see me. So what's the deal with this visit? Today a helicopter, tomorrow a UFO? At this point, I wouldn't be surprised.
you fussing around? Asya? Well, why didn't you say so? I've seen her. She was up by your window. I told her she was late for the train.
What if Asya's forgotten everything too?
Permit checks are in operation.
I suppose she went off to gawk at the helicopter. That's what everyone's going on about. Who's in it, why, and what for.
They say it's some kind of emergency.
Hey, Misha! What are you, a stranger? Hey, Misha, you're here too. Meet my fiancée, Olya. Olya, this is Misha. We've known each other since school. That the same woman you were chattering away with yesterday at the station? No, but go check the hospital. Maybe she's getting tested. A flu epidemic or something. They've sent some big boss over from Kazan. Hell of a guy, loud. They're marching everyone off to get tested, threatening to put us in quarantine. Well, what is it then? Gee, you're really cheering us up, Misha. I would have preferred the flu.
I'm not a fan of medical stuff, but if Asya's in the hospital, I can manage for her sake.
I thought you were both gone. Where did you vanish to last night? Her too, you think? That's right. It's too early to panic. Provided she remembers who you are.
Asya? Are you here? Has anyone seen Asya?
Don't slow down.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stop yelling.
Come in.
Have you had a blood sample taken yet?
You here for a blood test? That's further down the hallway. That's a police matter, not ours. Go and get tested. If she was there, her name will be in the log.
Try to feel at home. Anyone else here for tests? Take the chair, please. Move along. Don't slow down the queue. Come in and sit down.
How about maybe getting in line?
Next. Relax. Try to feel at home. Anyone else here for tests? Come in and sit down. Move along. Don't
We're getting to the final stretch.
slow down the queue. Take the chair, please. Anyone else here for tests? What's your name?
Снегов Mikhail Anatольевич.
Relax. Try to feel at home.
As they say, thank you for doing your civic duty. Does this look like an information desk to you?
What's with you being so grumpy today? Why not help the guy? You never know. What's the girl's name? I'll check the logbook. Kamishina. You say Kamishina. No record, sorry. Next.
Looks like Asya isn't at the hospital. Not where I'd want to find her anyway. She can't know about Aunt Gaia, or else she won't leave. I mean, she even stayed for Uncle Kolya's sake. On the other hand, how can I lie to her? She'll never forgive me.
Yes, I've seen the helicopters. Yes, I am home. Yes, I am fine. Well, that changes everything. Don't you worry about her. Her personality being what it is, it's everyone else who will need saving from her. Wait, who? Who's losing their memory? Well, that's quite a turn. How is that even possible? My condolences to Galia. Or to Almaz?
How is this possible? She used to memorize every phone number, every birthday. She never forgot a soul.
Attention passengers. If you spot any suspicious items, then please report them to the staff or the police immediately. Do not touch or move a suspicious item until the arrival of the police. Dear passengers, entry permit checks are in operation at this station. Please have your entry permit and a ticket ready for inspection at Checkpoint Office 1.
On the other hand, how can I lie to her? She'll never forgive me. So Asya wasn't enough for me. Now Mum too. I feel like Andrei Balkonsky when I'm near our oak tree. Nothing makes sense. Everything is futile. And nothing good awaits.
Misha! I know. I looked for you there as well. What are we going to do? I was talking about Aunt Galia. But what about my work trip? So, you think the whole mess is because of this forgetting thing? I don't even know what to call it. What are your plans? Then let's go to the station, shall we?
I need to get Asya out of here. Something bad is going on in this town. She'd be better off not coming back here. I wonder how old it is. It's simply massive. Probably remembers the mammoths, doesn't it? If you've known someone a long time, even silence feels intimate.
And here's Misha. He'll have all the answers for us. What's the deal with the train, man?
There won't be a train.
You can call the bosses!
Give me 5 minutes and I'm all yours. What's with your tone? I went around the shops to stock up on essentials. We don't know what to expect yet. Don't remind me about him. Did she hit her head? So people weren't kidding. I need to process what you said.
conscience is clear. I tried. Can't stay here forever waiting to get through.
Well, looks like we're not the only ones. Say, for example, what time the train will be here?
It'll be here when we stop it. Let us out on the tracks, Misha, if calling isn't an option. You're all over the place. First you admit the flu thing is a load of bull, and now you won't let us out? Whose side are you on? Misha, right now you absolutely don't have to be some big boss.
Please. Misha needs that train as much as you do to put me on it. But what difference does it make if there is no train? What can
He can let us through the door to the platform. We'll handle it from there, no worries.
Let me say a few words to Misha. He'll listen to me. Listen, man, my life is in Moscow. Children leave the nest sooner or later. It's your nest that's backwards. The parents left. I don't want to be stuck here and end up like my mom. I'm sure others feel the same way. Why? You did have ambition. You wanted to win Asya's heart, and you just didn't know how. You tailed her everywhere. Says our quiet boy, or should I just say wimp? You're telling me you're satisfied with what you've got? No way I believe that. Although I am contradicting myself now. If you have no ambition, you must actually be satisfied. So why do I even bother? How do you know my name? Why, of course, I showed you my permit on the way in. Misha? Misha who? Do you have any idea how many Mishas I've met in Moscow? You weren't among them, though. I've never seen you before, and I hope I never see you again. How do I know you aren't making this up? All right, I'm done wasting time. For the last time, are you letting us out or not?
Now I'll have to look for new work. Well, I was going to leave with Asya anyway, wasn't I?
I see it! It's getting closer! Hey! Stop the train!
Why won't it stop? Hey! Stop the train! Everyone out of the way! It almost ran over us. Satisfied? Go to hell, Misha. I thought we were friends.
Whatever. We'll see who gets the last laugh. We're gonna hijack a bus and make a break for freedom. Why would we? We can think about it elsewhere. It makes no difference. I'd rather go home. I see. Smart choice. Love and harmony to you both. Wait! Don't leave without me!
Home? I'll stay over at Aunt Galia's for the night. She needs support now.
Nothing left to do at the station. I should head home, crash, and forget this whole nightmare.
I thought you were leaving today, Asya.
That's what I thought too, until we were told at the station that the train had been cancelled. Can you imagine?
That means Choma's still in town, right? He's crazy. What happened to the train? An accident? Then I've got a ton of time for Mom. That means I'm next. I need to hurry. How can I get through to Mum? The flowers haven't helped either.
Me? I'll go to Aunt Galia and see what I can do.
Did you do this?
Mum's favorite.
See you tomorrow. I hope there'll be a tomorrow.
Lo and behold, my oak tree. It's been such a long time since I last visited you. It was always Mom I went to. I think your place has barely changed. Suppose the quarantine drags on, you lose your job, and you hibernate. You're a Misha, after all. A name they give to bears, and it'll be winter soon. Your wish is my command. I suppose I'll be off to bed then. I'm dead tired.
You're a heck of a sleeper. I've already had breakfast. Fat Chan's still pushing the flu story. They even ran an on-the-ground report about it. I was just thinking of going there to pick up Asya, but well, aren't you afraid you'll get chased away again? You just won't take no for an answer, will you? Well, go get ready then. You're already here. I was about to come to yours.
Sure. Bring out the excuses. You are probably in bed like the lazybones you are.
Even Almaz is up.
Hi there. I calmed her down. Had to tell her it was you who'd forgotten your mother and went looking for her. What? At least I did something.
Shall we get going? How about a stroll?
I'm off to the Institute. I've got work to do. Quarantine or no quarantine.
I'm coming with you. I'm not letting you go missing again.
Blockhead. You think you can save me from amnesia by being at my side?
Are you coming along, Almaz?
God, going to Mum is so scary.
Who's there? You again? If you understand now, why show up? If you want to make amends, stop coming back here. I know. They told me already. What do you want from me? I've already forgiven you. Now go. You look like a grown man, but you whimper like a little girl. You really do need a mother to lead you by the hand. Go. Don't make me cross. I'm going to call the police. You can stay with them. You think I won't? I will, and you know it.
Is she really gonna call the police? I gotta scram.
Hello, is this the police?
I once painted all over the entrance hall wall. No one told me off. On the contrary, Mom suggested that I should paint more. Mom was always supportive of me. For his part, Dad put in a word so it wasn't considered vandalism. It became an impromptu exhibit. Even the school newspaper wrote about it. But one day they repaired the entrance hall, painting it all over.
Almaz, is that you making the ruckus in there? Listen, buddy, you're chasing after your mom the way others chase after women. Don't know how to put this politely, but it don't look very healthy. Listen, you're only making it worse. Next time, it might not be me who responds to the call. You might end up behind bars for quite a while. And I'm telling you, as a friend, to back off. Temporarily, at least. Choose the right moment. Don't be so obvious. Strategy, tactics, and all that. Let's go. Don't get stubborn on me. Where do you want to live to? Your mom's watching us, over there in the window. Let her think I've dealt with you.
Incentive, are you done, Executivus?
Affirmative.
Then hurry off to the town council. The garrison commander is about to start his speech. People are trickling in already.
Copy that. Oh, you know what? Forget it. Go. I don't want to be late because of you.
Let me go and see what all the commotion is about by the town hall. It's entertainment, such as it is.
I'm gonna show those military jerks. Let's go to the town council.
Quiet now. There aren't many of you. Does no one care what's happening in this country?
The TV won't stop going on about it. We've heard enough.
Then why are you here? Nobody forced you to show up. Those are baseless accusations. In due time, or a little later?
Is that supposed to be funny?
As soon as the epidemiological situation stabilizes. We're keeping a close watch. How could I know when that will happen? Unlike my soldiers, the disease does not report to me. Hey, you know what? Come back when you've learned some discipline, boy. I have no time for you.
Don't shut him up. Give him an earful, bro. I'll fill you in later. Right now, let's call our valiant warriors bluff.
Haven't heard that before. I will make some inquiries. I don't owe any explanations to anyone. Will you let me end this meeting? The latter, of course, but I'd like questions to remain reasonable and civil. Enough now!
No, not enough. You'll go when the people let you.
Don't make it worse, Almaz. There's enough trouble as it is.
If you want to vent, you have us. That's what friends are for.
Don't listen to them, man. You're doing everything right.
That's it. My patience is out. Take him away.
Sorry, buddy. An order's an order. Almaz, you've been too spry for your own good as it is. How about you put your feet up for a minute? Kutu. I know you won't rest till you get it.
Hello? Are you calling about the camp? Who gave you my number? I don't believe you. You've already spun me a sweater's worth of yarn. Did he care about me when he ran away yesterday? He'll be fine. It'll do him good to sit there and reflect on his actions.
Who have you called? Wait, you found Mom? And you kept silent about it all this time? She disappeared when you and I were little. I only have hazy memories of her or anything else from childhood. We never talked about her with Dad. We came here for a class reunion and got stuck. I'm not denying that you called Mom. All I'm saying is you found her after many years. Not funny, man. Someone already tried to convince me yesterday that I've gone wacko. You're too attached to her. Being caring and being needy are very different things. I'm always willing to help someone, even a stranger. That said, I do have my own interests too. If she asks me for help, I'll help. But I'm not moving in with her. I mean, it'd be really awkward for me. They opened fire at the checkpoint. Just warning shots, thankfully, but enough to stop us. The driver spun the truck around hard. It skid off the road and flipped on its side. We climbed out through the windows and scattered. They didn't bother to chase us, let it slide the first time, I suppose.
Come on, Genghis, out with it. Are Almaz and Choma in your custody?
Of course they are, of course they are.
But you will let them go, right? Right?
I can't. Gotta do my goddamn duty.
Will you let us see them?
I have no right to do that either. You're not family.
Genghis, come on. You let us see Uncle Kolya, and this is Choma and Almaz.
That was 2 days ago. Things have changed in a major way since then.
When will they be released?
Soon. They'll be here for a couple of days till everyone forgets about them, then they can walk.
Remember how Genghis smashed the town window and wound up here?
He was always too prone to accept a dare.
I guess it's karma. Us being here now for leaving him out to dry then.
But we were the ones who got him out of that one too. Even back then, we'd go to jail for him if we had to.
We didn't get him out. It was Dad.
Yeah, but only when we confessed that we had dared Genghis to smash the window of his office.
It's not a good thing to do. Dragging others into your family matters? We'd had a fight with Dad, and that had nothing to do with Genghis.
By the way, Dad often said pretty harsh things about him. Genghis was, after all, a punk.
What we did certainly didn't make him more popular. Besides, the reason for the fight had been us refusing to volunteer for the subordinate.
All that gardening. I was never one for manual labor. I use my head. That's more who I am.
Is Chioma with you? Let me in. I'm getting in one way or another. Artyom, how did this happen? Oh, you're here too, punk. At last.
Is that our mom, Almaz?
You've still got your sense of humor, even here. I'm proud of you.
I honestly don't remember you. Nothing comes to mind.
What are my favorite flowers?
Lilacs? Starworts? Peonies? I don't know.
Roses! Ordinary red roses! You're giving wrong answers on purpose. I don't know anymore. The whole world's upside down. Chioma, is this young man really my son?
Don't know about the son part, but he is my brother.
Seriously, Nael, let these two goofballs leave. They may have gotten a little carried away, but they wouldn't hurt a fly.
Enough. I've got my orders. Yesterday, a hijacked bus. Trying to break into Aunt Galia's apartment today.
That was my fault. I really have forgotten Almaz.
But we took your call. And all Almaz had to do was get in the car with me to keep up appearances. But no, it just had to be difficult. Disrupting the gathering would be serious enough on its own.
How long then?
Just a couple of days before everyone stops caring who's locked up in here. There's enough of other problems right now. And that's the last of it. Come, Galina Petrovna.
That should be enough hugging.
One more minute, please.
Your time's up.
So you did lock up the boys. You promise?
We have it bad. Tioma's forgotten me.
Well, at least some good news from you.
So, is this where we part ways, youngsters?
Hey, mister! Yeah, you there in the uniform.
Hey, Big! Got a smoke? And who are you lecturing us? Yet no, we're never going back to that place. Gee, look at him. He cares. Father of the year. Of what, Hook? Nothing happened. Got ratted out. We thought it went all smooth like. See what? You gonna take us to the cop shop? It's on!
Take that!
Bash it!
You asked for it!
One more time! Okay, that's enough for him.
Big!
Gotta scrap!
Your regular customers did this. Don't move. I'm gonna call the ambulance. What if you've got broken ribs?
Look! More soldiers.
You can call them when you get home. Hold that thought. What's that? Smoke and some bright light. That's the fire brigade's job.
There's a hole in the fence. It's a shortcut. I'll show you. Follow me.
It's those rascals of mine. It's their revenge. 11 people in this wing, 9 in the other one.
Can you manage things here, so I don't have to run back and forth?
Sore throat. Probably easy to breathe with the cold in here. Gotta find air. dead.
"5 days in a row, let a man get some sleep. Will they or won't they?"
Get ready to go. Genghis is in the hospital. You haven't heard about the orphanage fire? That's what I'm still trying to find out.
Oh, that'll be my second visit to the hospital in 3 days. Should I take Aunt Galia and Asya along to see Genghis or not?
Who's there? I'm here. Zinaida already called to tell us. She's with him at the hospital.
Just shaken. The children in her care were less lucky, but they're all alive. You go, and I'll head to the camp. We talked to the authorities and arranged accommodation for everyone who needs it. The kids will be housed in the school, and the grown-ups in the tents outside the building.
Aunt Galia has forgotten Genghis.
I might visit him too, if I have the time. We'll see. By all means, come by the school too. We could use your help.
Genghis didn't escape, I don't even know anymore.
Did you want something? Tell me, quickly though. Isienef. Yes, we do. Well, it's best not to disturb the patient. He's unconscious anyway. He inhaled smoke and received burns on his skin. His condition is serious, but stable. He's still unconscious for the moment.
Mikhail, how wonderful. You're just the person I need. Come to the school later to help. There's going to be a camp outside the school to shelter all the newly homeless people. My kids were even allowed inside the school. They're still investigating. But it's clear, isn't it? My fugitives set the fire. They weren't happy just running away. They had to deprive others of a home too. Yes, a couple of bad eggs. Comrade Staff Sergeant himself couldn't stop them, so I had no chance either. His name's Nail, not Genghis. You should be more respectful. Last night, he saved my kids from certain death. You were lucky, growing up along someone so admirable and inspiring. What are you talking about, Mikhail? I've only known him since the fire. More of us? What do you mean? I'll be waiting for you outside the school. They're sending a bus to drive us there. If you hurry, you'll catch it.
I went to the hospital. Now I'm needed outside the school. Apparently everyone needs me. Absolutely everyone.
Let's have a head count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like everyone who should be here is here. Get in the bus, everybody, and don't hold anyone up.
And here comes the new blood. Those crates right in front of you are for the camp. Whole lot of lugging to do.
I'll go ask Aunt Galia how I can make myself useful.
That's enough idling.
Once upon a time, there lived by the seaside 5 inseparable friends. They would spend whole days out at sea. It was a wonder their parents still recognized them. But one day, a storm, unlike any ever seen, destroyed their little town and carried the children away into the open sea. They were on the verge of drowning, when suddenly there appeared a boat, as wide as snow, and rescued the children from the rough sea. It was no ordinary boat, but a living thing with a name. A skull-shaped rock stood tall on the tiny island, and under the rock sat a chest full of gold. But as soon as someone reached out to the chest, the lid snapped shut. The chest, too, was a living thing.
Apples to apples,
with promises of
dust
carefree
to dust.
future. It convinced
I should have
one of the
mixed
children
different
to stay on
cargoes.
the island and become a pirate.
Apples to apples, dust to
His
dust.
friends implored him
I should have
to
mixed
continue the
different
journey with
cargoes.
them, but to no avail. The other seafarers went on in search of their home, though they had no inkling as to where the treacherous sea would lead. The storm had already abated, the sea was calm, and the boat barely made any headway. Finally, an island loomed ahead. As soon as they made landfall and prepared to rest, the island shook, revealing itself to be the back of a whale. The children hurried away. The whale could dive at any moment, pulling them underwater. The boat crossed the sea far and wide, but never brought the children home. The wanderers met no end of misadventures. Once they came across mermaids. One of the children could not resist the
Campfire
charms of their sweet
and
song,
tents.
and the mermaids carried
It's like
them
I'm a
away
kid
to the
again.
depths. However, one victim was
This should be enough to start. We'll bring more later.
the mermaids
Got more places to deliver to.
nearly
Aisha, still messing around with the kids. Lost all notion of time. I should pick her up.
Once upon a time, there lived by the seaside 5 inseparable friends. They would spend whole days out at sea. It was a wonder their parents still recognized them. But one day, a storm unlike any ever seen destroyed their little town and carried the children away into the open sea. They were on the verge of drowning when suddenly there appeared a boat as wide as snow and rescued the children from the rough sea. It was no ordinary boat, but a living thing with a name. A skull-shaped rock stood tall on the tiny island, and under the rock sat a chest full of gold. But as soon as someone reached out to the chest, the lid snapped shut. The chest, too, was a living thing. With promises of carefree future, it convinced one of the children to stay on the island and become a pirate. His friends implored him to continue the journey with them, but to no avail. The other seafarers went on in search of their home, though they had no inkling as to where the tumultuous sea had brought them. The storm had already abated, the sea was calm, and the boat barely made any headway. Finally, an island loomed ahead. As soon as they made landfall and prepared to rest, the island shook, revealing itself to be the back of a whale. The children hurried away. The whale could dive at any moment, pulling them underwater. The boat crossed the sea far and wide, but never brought the children home. The wanderers met no end of misadventures. Once they came across mermaids. One of the children could not resist the charms of their sweet song, and the mermaids carried him away to the depths. However, one victim was not enough for them, and they gave chase. The mermaids grabbed hold of the boat and rocked it, nearly sinking it until they found themselves bombarded with trash. The projectiles of teenagers who lived on a nearby island. They were only slightly older than our band of seafarers. The third child stayed behind with them. He was lured by the teenagers' promise of complete freedom from parents. The boat sailed on into the boundless ocean, carrying the last two children, a brother and sister. Dolphins incessantly pushed them back toward land, but as soon as the boat crossed an invisible boundary, they instead became helpful. And that was how the children reached the continent, where they were welcomed ashore by grown-ups who had lost their own children. They became as one big family to each other and lived happily ever after. I'm finished. How about you? Your place, then? I'll stay at your place for the night, if you don't mind. I'd like to spend the last days of my old life with you. Wish I had your optimism, but where would I get any, with everything going on around us?
I hope I can make it home without being signed up for more volunteer work. Aisya's father took us on a trip once. The six of us couldn't fit in the car. Besides the driver and his daughter, the other people were, who was it? We had Tioma, Almaz, Genghis, and me, of course. And Genghis volunteered to ride in the trunk. Aisya's father disagreed adamantly. You know, he found the idea absurd, but as always, Genghis wouldn't give up. In the end, the driver pulled a trick on him. He stopped by the first traffic police post we came across, and he asked them to search the trunk on the pretense of a contraband check. Genghis was scared out of his wits. He spent the rest of the journey lying across our laps. We were headed for the Volga. Almaz was gonna dive underwater, grab Aisya's foot like a sea monster. Ah! He knew she was afraid of the water. One time, he missed, grabbed my foot instead. I was so startled, I kicked him in the forehead with my heel. It was a great day. You know, the wild, wide river, the few scant clouds in the sky, they looked like little pillow feathers. And then you had the wind. It's like a breath of the future, holding so much promise for us. It was magnificent.
strange to be in your childhood hometown while all these events unfold. Moments like these make you believe in fate. A coincidence is only what it looks like to us. I suppose I'm not the only one caught in a situation like this. I have had bad premonitions. Put the kettle on, maybe? And put on some music. What I'd like right now is a cup of something warm, and something to fill the silence.
Is Asia with you, Misha? She called me 2 days ago to say the trains had been cancelled, and I haven't heard from her since. If you'd be so kind.
Vladlen Alexeyevich? The man who accommodated me in Kazan? My dad? I haven't seen my father since I left to Moscow to study. Give us a minute, Misha. Dad? Is that really? That's no joking matter. I'm scared. I'm scared. Don't say that. Please don't. I can't. I can't.
I can't leave Asya all alone at a moment like this. Asya! Wait for me! Don't run away!
Don't move or I'll shoot!
He's gone. Lucky son.
Things are becoming fraught. I'll wait for Asya at home. She'll be sensible enough to come back.
Freeze!
Where is Asya now? Alone, in the middle of the night. Asya and I could be together at my place right now. As romantic as an evening can get. The town's dangerous and the world's going crazy. If this is happening here, where everyone knows everyone, what must it be like outside? Besides, it's fall, and the night gets cold. I hope Asya goes to the camp. It's better than nothing. Ideally, of course, she should ask Aunt Galia to take her in. She might catch a cold and be bedridden for weeks. But here's something I haven't considered. Aunt Galia may have forgotten Asya by now. Then she wouldn't let her in. What if she takes her own life on an impulse by jumping into the pond or from a roof? I don't care about myself. Without Asya, there's no point in anything. How can I help Asya? People live for years with incurable illness, taking medicine, and this is only a memory thing. I wish we could find the cause of the disease. That's something we could have a fighting chance against. Even if we don't obliterate the thing itself, we could at least undo the consequences. An enemy whose face you've seen is no longer intimidating. You overcome your fear and put up a fight. Fingers crossed that the doctors discover the foe in our blood. However, the disease must be sentient to be capable of selectively wiping memories. Once we eliminate infection, we're left with conspiracy theories and the paranormal. A long time ago, people lost their common language. This is happening again. Tower of Babylon, round 2. Maybe we're dreaming all this and only have to wake up. But does Asya exist in the real world? Do I? I've heard a theory the world is only a simulation, a computer program. Hello? In case our creators are listening, stop already. What if Chorma's right? Someone's testing a psychic weapon on us. Chorma was joking, of course, but as they say in every joke, there's a grain of something. Asya, please be Asya.
Sorry for ruining your evening. Don't yell. I'm feeling lousy enough as it is. I spent the whole night by the pigeon loft next to my old house. At first, I ran without caring where. Then I saw some soldiers, so I found a hiding spot. Yeah, let's go. Beats being stuck at home anyhow. A stroll around town it is. How about we start with the garages? I heard they're selling medicine there. Let me ask you in turn. Who's Uncle Kolya? Did I know him?
Uncle Kolya just can't stay put, can he? Let's see what he's up to this time.
Hey, more buyers. I'm getting good word of mouth. Are you here for the cure? I discovered it by good old scientific trial and error. Don't believe me? Go ahead and ask questions. Name anyone and I'll air all their dirty laundry. Snergov Mikhail Anatolievich, born in the otherwise good year of 1976 on September the 7th to Nadezhda and Anatoly Snergov. Employed as controller at our train station. Anything else?
Remember how you got me the job at the station?
Why, of course. Why not help a nice person out when you get the opportunity?
You sang a different tune back then. They're chasing me out into retirement. I'm not letting anyone have my job, and so on.
Yeah, that was rash of me. But I did put in a good word for you in the end.
Then it turned out that you'd been counting on me getting fired the next day. You got me the job because you didn't think I was a viable candidate. And at first you micromanaged me constantly, chewed me out for every trifle. You played the irreplaceable veteran of the workforce.
So that's the thanks I get. I was passing on my experience to you, and you reproached me for it.
Well, if that's true, tell me how it happened. I gladly hear your side of the story. Perhaps I don't remember all of it now. After all, it's been a good few years.
Well, like I said, I was trying to help. I suppose it was clumsy, but I did what I could.
And they could have kept you on for longer. It's just, you got on everyone's nerves so much by then that they were eager to get rid of you.
If I'd been such a jerk, then why didn't they kick me out earlier?
They couldn't find a replacement. I work 7 days a week too, you know, and there's no one else to work the shifts. At least they're not making me sit there in the afternoon. Our bosses are great. If it weren't for your colleagues, you would have gotten away with your bullying.
You're spiteful. Is there nothing else you can remember?
Would you rather forget? Or have you forgotten already? Perhaps I'm making it all up?
Me? I don't hold grudges. Why remember vile stuff about each other?
Ah, so you admit you've forgotten. Because you know, I was messing with you. None of that actually happened. You supported me in every way possible.
Then why you're messing with my head? You're asking for a good beating.
Better confess to what you're doing here. If Misha is exposed to you, so will others.
If you know a way to trick people, you smartasses, then out with it. I'll cut you in.
Thanks, but we're not desperate for cash. What we need from you is the truth. Or should we make the military aware of the scheme you're running?
All right then, here goes. I stole people's records from the station. I know everything about everyone now.
Not quite everything, apparently.
Are you listening or what? Who am I telling this to? I can pretend I'm completely free of confusion, and what I'm peddling as medicine is ordinary aspirin. Yeah, and who'll reimburse me for the bribe to get into the station for the year's worth of aspirin? By the time that happens, I'll have earned good money and gotten out of here. All right, all right. Don't do anything rash. I'll return the records. I'm headed there anyway.
I'm finding it hard to trust Uncle Kolya, especially now that he's forgotten me. He can always go somewhere else and sell his stuff there. Let Uncle Kolya forget what he was like in his past life. At least something good has come from his obliviousness.
You lied to Uncle Kolya, didn't you? He actually did bully you. Do you think he'll become a better person? No one's a villain in their own eyes. Trust is the most important thing now. Former friends are turning into strangers, but the hope for the cure is gone. Then let's go and, how'd you put it, stroll around town and get nostalgic? Obviously, I'm a little confused about my past, but aren't we all? I don't feel any connection to this place. Some story from the past is desperate to come out. Let's walk around some more, and maybe I'll be able to place it. For now, I'm drawing blanks.
Here was when we first met, before we were even in school.
So, I've known you from before school?
Yeah, I was doing donuts in the courtyard on my scooter and you came over and asked for a ride.
Exactly! And you didn't want to let me because you said we didn't know each other.
So we introduced ourselves. For a while as well, you were convinced my full name was Bear.
Ah, I remembered something. I had a teddy bear when I was small.
Yeah, that was who you named me after. Mishka. Misha the little bear, the honorable bear, A. Snyegov.
And a gang had been stalking you at the time. You let them ride your scooter, no problem. Must have been their charming eyes.
Like heck, they were a gang. It was Choma and Almaz. They lived in the same house. I remember them as long as I remember myself. But you had the most charming eyes around.
It's odd that we meet so accidentally. Surely our parents must have known each other. This doesn't feel like the town I knew.
The old man's a fraud. His medicine doesn't work.
I settled down in Moscow, and now I don't recognize my hometown. Something happened here. But what? I'd stick around here for a while longer.
Up on the roof of our school, I wanted you and me to become trees. Two little oaks that'd stand alongside each other forever.
We'd grown quite a bit since the graduation ball.
The graduation ball? I'm talking about last Saturday.
And I'm talking about the graduation ball. We climbed on the roof then, too. Youth, freedom, all life ahead of us. No mountain too high.
Well, I don't know. Climbing on the roof last Saturday could have been the most important thing that has ever happened to me.
What was so special about last Saturday?
You're scaring me. Have you forgotten? The two of us. The dawn, the morning freshness.
We sat like that on prom night too. Not just the two of us, but still. I settled down in Moscow, and now I don't recognize my hometown. I don't feel any connection to this place.
I wish I was 15 again. Then I could have given those kids here a run for their money last Saturday.
Our team was great regardless. You, me, and Almas.
Almaz? It was Artyom.
Ah, of course. Slip of the tongue. They were brothers and all that.
Although, Almaz would have felt at home here. Tyoma's just too serious.
Nah, Toma liked it too.
Whatever you say. He was reluctant enough to deal with kids as things were.
You don't understand. He's just afraid of admitting that. Deep down inside, he's a kid too.
And so our paths cross once again. Where are you going, you lovebirds?
I think my father isn't the only person I've forgotten. Who's your friend, Misha? It won't help, Misha.
This wasn't a good time to run into you. I'll go and remind you of my existence no longer.
Don't go. Please stay. If I've forgotten you, then let's get to know each other again.
Time enough for that. Enjoy each other's company while you can.
Uncle Kolya's car brought us back to our childhood. It's like a time machine.
Did he drive us around in it?
Of course not. Are you serious, Asya? Uncle Kolya being that generous?
Then how did his car bring back our childhood?
I mean the way we're all together again, shoulder to shoulder and everything.
Though 5 people in the car does feel cramped.
No, we were pushing the car all together.
Ah, of course. I'm a little empty-headed today.
Those flowers I picked for you in 5th grade. They were nice, weren't they?
What flowers?
Starts with a T. Oh, okay. I guess a lot of flowers start with that letter. Tulips.
That's not what I mean. If someone had pulled off such a feat for me, I'd remember.
Jealous Choma ratted me out, so I got told off.
Toma... That rings a bell. A friend of ours, right?
Our stop. We used to sit here and chat for hours.
Right here. This needs to be some kind of memorial plaque. Otherwise, it's just gonna be a regular bus stop.
Well, you can easily guess why we chose it. What's nearby? That's right, the park.
We hung out at the park a lot? I suppose I do like nature.
That one time in June, we waited here for the sunrise. We wanted to see if we could last through the shortest night of the year. You were cold, and I covered you with my windbreaker.
I suppose it didn't last. I don't remember it, so I must have fallen asleep. All right, that's enough. Let's go home already. Stop worrying. Had you thought about me every day before we met a week ago? I don't think so. We all have to move on. You've always dreamed of traveling to faraway places. This is your chance. Why not? Anything can happen. A better question to ask is what we can do with it. It's easy to love your loved ones, but try loving a completely random person. We'll soon be strangers to one another. If we manage to live alongside each other, then we'll know we're worth something. Blockhead. We're always blaming the world around us for not getting enough of something. Why don't you find joy in what has been? We've had a wonderful childhood together. Come here. Would you like to visit our garden with me? Let's bring each other to the gate.
Hurry, Misha. Mom's lost her memory.
Go forth and fetch it, brother. Make haste. No waiting.
No way. No word from you in years, and then there you are, both at once.
A class reunion by the looks of it. Such a pleasure to see.
Rally. Not so fast. Look, it's all gone.
Well, like I said, I was right. I know I was so open to clumsy, but I did what I could.
A good old puddle. With us for all of our childhood years. With us still, actually.
So many of you kids, even Asia's here. Oh, what a surprise!
Come as soon as you see something beautiful walking home.
I was being simple. Just give me some dry tea leaves and I'll smoke them. Blank stare. I'm kidding. Sugar and lemon's fine.
I could help. Think it over. Really think it over.
I'm scared. That's okay.
And it's back to work. Ugh, I can't be bothered. Lost the habit completely during quarantine. Everyone's forgotten everyone. I'm almost a stranger here now. I've been putting off leaving town, but now is the time. Burglars in the neighborhood. Really? It's been so quiet for so long, and here we go. Just when you think things have settled down.
Who are you? This is my apartment. I lost my key. You know how crazy everything was just a while ago? I had to pick the lock. I did, but I also broke it. You got a problem with that? Don't be a bore. I'm of age now anyway. Excuse me? What kind of a compliment is that? Are you hitting on me? I could show you my ID, but I can't find it either. Well then, go your merry way.
As a kid, I used to walk over other people's footprints so I'd leave none of my own. Shall I do that again? Where will it take me?
Can I get you something, my friend?
Quit stalking me. A whole week of respite, and here we go again. I thought you'd come to terms with it all. We've been over this. Whatever there used to be between us doesn't matter. I can't just love you for old times' sake, can I? I don't remember those times. Are you using me to prop up your ego? Bug off. If you want a memento of me, here's a paper boat. I had a classmate who knew how to fold them. I've got to go now.
One of us should leave. This town really is too small for both of us. I can only answer for myself.
Get in line for the desk. You gotta check in with the inspector, and damn if I know where he is. But forget that, too. Then get to work. Don't you see there are people waiting?
Dear passengers of the 423 service from Kazan, your train has arrived on
Deja vu.
platform 1.
Like this is
Numbering of the cars
happened
starts at the
before.
front of the train. Thank you for your attention.
The 423 service to Kazan will now depart from platform 1. Please stand clear of the platform edge.